Holloway shows some mortality. Look at this. Holloway just told him, stand right here. Oh, big connection late.
It's a whole other ball game when they get hit by me.
Anywhere in the soft part of the face and the fight is done.
This could be it.
Okay, welcome to Fight Calculus. We have a banger coming up. UFC 329, International Fight Week. The notorious Conor McGregor makes his return against Max Holloway. Max Holloway is a legend himself. This is a very interesting fight. Stay tuned. We're going to go over this fight. We're going to break down some key elements of this. There's a lot of interesting things about this fight, and super excited to see how it'll unfold. Okay, let's jump into this. Got the stats page pulled up from UFC.com. If you're interested, you can look at this yourself. It's on the webpage for every fight. Conor McGregor, win-loss, 22 wins, 6 losses. Max Holloway, 27 wins, 9 losses. Both these gentlemen are coming off a loss. McGregor coming off that loss to Dustin Poirier 5 years ago with an ankle break or with a leg break. Max Holloway came off a decision loss to Charles Oliveira, and that was for the BMF belt. Max Holloway's 2 inches taller. However, McGregor does have about a 5-inch reach advantage. Max Holloway does have a reach advantage in the legs with 2 inches, though. 86% of Conor McGregor's wins have come via stoppage, via TKO, or flat-out knockout. Max Holloway, he only 44%, so less than half of his wins have came through the same method. Submission win, 5 and 7%. Decision win, 9% for Conor McGregor. And this is maybe a decision of the fight. Max Holloway, he's coming in at 48, so almost 50, almost half his fights, he wins by a decision. We'll see how that plays out. Average fight time, Max Holloway has his average fight time is literally twice the amount of Conor McGregor's. Conor McGregor likes to get in there, finish his opponents earlier in the first and second round, sometimes third. Max Holloway, he kind of takes his time, picks his shots, and wears his opponents out. Endurance, stamina is definitely a key element of Max Holloway's game plan. You can see the knockdown average. Conor McGregor significantly high. Significant strikes. Max Holloway tends to land more significant strikes per minute. He's also in there a lot longer. Significant strikes overall, they're even. Absorbed per minute, pretty much even. Their defense, pretty much even. If we're looking at this just on paper, they're matched up very evenly in this department for significant strikes and their defense. Grappling, they're matched up very closely on this side as well. Takedown, they're probably not going to do, neither one of them are going to do takedowns. If anyone does the takedown, it's going to be Conor McGregor, just like he did when he fought Nate Diaz. He's going to get tired. If he shoots for a takedown, he's probably exhausted or he's hurt, which is fine, as long as he can put a game plan together and hopefully get back into the fight to go for a finish and not just lay there. Takedown accuracy, they're both pretty even on that. Takedown defense, Max Holloway slightly got the edge in this area, 81% versus 66%. Submission average, you can see we're not going for submissions on this fight. These two guys are going to sit here in the octagon and they're going to put on a show for everyone in attendance and everyone watching around the world. This is going to be a banger. I do not think this will be a boring fight. I don't know if Conor McGregor has ever been in a boring fight. I don't think it's possible. And Max Holloway, same thing. Max Holloway is going to force the fight. I think he's really going to wear McGregor out, and he's going to pick his shots, take his time, and drag it into the deep waters of the championship rounds. 4th and 5th round, I think, is where Max Holloway has the advantage compared to Conor McGregor. I think his advantage is definitely within the first round, second round. Once we get into the latter part of the third and fourth and fifth rounds, that's definitely weighs towards Max Holloway. Okay, before you place those bets, let's talk about some considerations that may play a big factor in this fight. The first one, McGregor has not fought in 5 years. That is a very long time to be out of the octagon, to not be in a competitive mindset. I understand he's been training, he's been around, he's been attending these BKFC fights, but he's not been inside the octagon in a competitive nature in 5 years. Max Holloway, on the other hand, he's fighting at least twice a year, and he's fighting top 5 opponents, the best in the world. I think this is a really big factor. If anyone can pull it off, though, McGregor has shown over the years he can make a return. And ring rust may not be a factor, but it's hard not to consider that. The next one is he's coming off, for many would consider, a career ending injury. He broke his leg against Dustin Poirier in 2001. He had to have a titanium rod placed in his leg. He had a very long recovery. How well can he move on that leg? Does he have full feeling? Does he have full motion? We don't know. We will find out. But that is another big factor to consider. We've seen Anderson Silva break his leg. He was never the same. Chris Weidman did the same thing, although I think both of them kind of came back sooner than they needed to. Uh, Conor McGregor has taken probably more than enough time to come back from a severe injury like this. Next factor is last time Conor McGregor won was January 2020. That was against Donald Cerrone. Now, Donald Cerrone is an ideal opponent for McGregor. He's not going to take McGregor down. He wasn't going to wrestle with McGregor. And this makes it very interesting because Max Holloway brings a very similar characteristic to his fight style. Max Holloway is not going to wrestle. He's not going to grapple. He's not going to take McGregor down and try to submit him. There's not going to be in jiu-jitsu on this. It's going to be a striking. It's going to be a striking match and a kickboxing. So for McGregor, I think this is ideal. The way he ran through Cerrone within, I think it was under a minute, he ran through him like it was butter. And Max Holloway has proven he has a very durable chin, and that's what we're going to get into shortly. For Max Holloway, this is his welterweight debut. First time fighting at 170. He spent majority of his career fighting at 145, same as McGregor. When he did show up at 155 at UFC 300, he put on one of the greatest knockouts in history of the sport, if not the greatest, by knocking out Justin Gaethje, who many thought, to include myself, that Justin Gaethje was just going to have his way with Max Holloway and that we would see Max Holloway get finished. But that is the exact opposite. If you don't know, and if you haven't seen the fight, please go watch it. It is one of the greatest fights in the history of the sport. The second factor for Max Holloway is he was knocked out by Ilia Topuria in December 2024. Is Max's chin vulnerable now? I don't know. He is getting a little bit older, up there in age. He has taken a lot of beatings in his fights. He typically comes around with minimal damage, but over the course of 13, 14 years, uh, it may be showing its mark now. Does Conor McGregor have more punching power than Ilia Topuria? I would like to say yes. I think he's just a bigger dude than Ilia, so naturally he's got more power and more torque behind his punches. And Ilia Topuria, in a lot of ways, is very replicated. He's replicated of Conor McGregor. The third factor to consider is, can Max's endurance, his agility, take him into the fourth and fifth rounds? This is where I think Max Holloway has the best opportunity to finish Conor McGregor. Not by decision, but by knockout in the fourth or fifth round. He's going to have to weather the storm in the first and second round for sure. McGregor has heavy hands when he's fresh, but as we've seen in previous fights, such as the Nate Diaz fight, he tends to get wore out. And if McGregor is fighting at 170, that's just all a lot of added weight. I think that's going to be one of the biggest factors of this fight is, can Max Holloway get this into the championship rounds to where McGregor is at his most vulnerable? That's all I have. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We're going to post more fights for the co-main event, which is Paddy Pimblett against Benoit Saint-Denis.